Hi guys, today in Storyline and we will talk about an anime entitled Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, which was released in 2006. This video is part 1 of the first season. We have a spoiler to watch over, so stay tuned. The story tells about a high school student named Kenichi Shirahama. He loves books about martial arts and starts to join a karate club. However, he is weak and called Weak Legs. One day, a transfer student named Miyu Furinji came and got acquainted with him. In the club, Kenichi was beaten up by Daimonji. And next week, he challenged Kenichi. Kenichi would be kicked out of the club if he lose. After school, Kenichi saw Miyu was dealing with delinquents. Kenichi tried to help her, but he was weak and couldn't do anything in front of them. Seeing Kenichi in trouble, finally Miyu beat them up. Seeing Miyu's powerful and attractive martial arts made him jealous. Miyu recommended him go to Ryuzenpaku. When he got there, he was surprised to find the dojo was Miyu's house and its owner was her grandfather, Heigono Furinji. In that place, Kenichi met strong people who would teach him. They were grandmasters and were able to do crazy things beyond human skills, so they were called superhumans. They were Shio Sakaki, a 100 Dan Karate Grandmaster Street Fighter. The highest belt in Karate is the black belt, known as Dan, and the highest level of Dan is 10. So it could be imagined how strong Sakaki was with the title 100 Dan. Apachai Hopachai was Muay Thai Grandmaster, God of Death from Thailand. Makinsai was Kung Fu Grandmaster in Chinese Kung Fu. Akisin Kotsuji was Grandmaster of everything, a Jujutsu Grandmaster who was skilled in neuromedicine, and Shiger Kawasaka, a weapon Grandmaster who was a weapon expert. Ryuzenpaku was a dojo housing Grandmasters. Being called a dojo was merely a guise, that's why Kenichi was the only disciple. Kotsuji was the first one to train his physique to fulfill the requirements to learn techniques afterward. Miyu taught him the basic techniques of dodge and attack named Ko-Hu and Hai-Hu. It's time for Kenichi to face Daimonji. Kenichi used Ko-Hu and Hai-Hu to knock him down. Daimonji was knocked out and Kenichi won the battle. But he still left the club since he didn't use karate techniques and therefore he moved to another club. The vice captain of Karate Club, a black belt holder named Seizo Tsukuba, was interested in Kenichi after being a referee in the battle. Tsukuba was the strongest in the club. 1 week later, when Tsukuba saw Kenichi, he started attacking Kenichi. Sakaki had taught Kenichi a karate technique called Yamazuki. It combines boxing and karate and was Tsukuba's weakness. Tsukuba tried to hit back after receiving a blow in his stomach, but Kenichi blocked him with a move from Kensei Apakai and made Tsukuba's fists slower. Kenichi's training, which required him to lift a heavy statue, made him easy to throw Tsukuba unconscious. Seeing Tsukuba was defeated, Haruo Najima spread the news over the school. Haruo Najima was Kenichi's close friend and a member of the school news club. Kisara Ninju, leader of Ragnarok, also heard the news. Ragnarok was the strongest gang in Japan that had numerous members. Tsukuba was Kisara's subordinate. Kisara ordered her other subordinates to get rid of Tsukuba and find Kenichi. It had been a month of Kenichi training in Ryuzenpaku. After school, he practiced using Kotsuji's body flex machine. Sakaki explained there were 2 kinds of movement: Nahate that relies on physical strength and Surate that relies on the hand speed. Sakaki asked Kenichi to practice Surate first. After that, Kensei taught him movement to train his hand speed. They were practicing in the street. Suddenly, Kenichi was blocked by Koga and his group. Koga was Kisara's man and his martial art was Taekwondo. Kenichi tried to use Yamazuki technique, but his attempt was blocked easily by Koga because his expertise was centered on his legs. Then Kenichi practiced the movement he had trained with Kensei, and his blow succeeded in knocking Koga down. After that, Koga ordered his gang to finish Kenichi, but unfortunately, his gang was beaten up by Miyu and made Koga run away. When Kotsuji trained Kenichi on the street, they met with delinquents who also bring a professional wrestler to handle Kotsuji. Kotsuji asked Kenichi to pay attention to the Jujutsu technique he would perform. First, Kotsuji dodged the attack, then he launched a blow. Then, when the wrestler struck again, Kotsuji dodged and slammed him. He remembered in the dojo, Sakaki told him that human muscles were distinguished into 3 types. They are white muscle, which has great power but doesn't last long, red muscle with great stamina but feeble, and pink muscle, which mix both muscles. Only a few people have it. Humans couldn't change their muscle type, but Kotsuji was different. He could have the pink muscle by extreme training for 20 years. After his training session, Kenichi was blocked by Takashi Furukawa, who was armored with knives. Looking at knives from an amateur didn't scare him because he had trained with weapons from Shiger. Kenichi managed to knock Furukawa with a jujutsu movement from Kotsuji. Kisara then asked Yukita and Takeda to handle Kenichi. They challenged him to fight on the rooftop. Kozo Yukita attacked Kenichi with his martial arts judo. Kenichi had trained a judo basic attack technique with apachai named TKO. TKO uses knees as spears of attack. Kenichi used it to Yukita and made him unconscious. Then Takeda's turn to attack Kenichi. Takeda was Kizaru's strongest man. Takeda was a junior boxer professional. He used his right hand because his left hand was numb when he had been hit by groups of delinquents with a big beam. He was frustrated because unable to join the boxing competition and turned to join Ragnarok. Opposing Takeda, Kenichi was hard to launch his attack. He even had fallen many times. Kenichi then remembered Apachai had told him that a boxer's weakness is on his legs. Kenichi launched a low kick and made Takeda's body shaking and let his guard down. Takeda dodged TKO attack from Kenichi and almost made him fall from the building. Fortunately, Kenichi managed to save him. Kenichi was tired and fell unconscious. Miyu, who had just arrived, took them to Ryuzenpaku. Kotsuji, who was an expert in Miron and bone medication, treated them. Takeda was surprised to see his left hand was recovered. He was thankful because he could seize his dream and decided to leave Ragnarok. Since then, Kizaru decided to handle Kenichi by himself but was prevented by Shinisu Tsuji, who was also a team captain. He declared he would deal with Kenichi. After meeting with Kenichi, he offered Kenichi to join his team. In that way, he wouldn't deal with Kizaru and her men any longer. Kenichi refused it and made Tsuji furious. The battle was inevitable. Kenichi used techniques he had practiced, but his attacks had no impact on him. Tsuji was a street fighter who had fought many people for a long time. He attacked aggressively. Kenichi, who had less experience in fighting, felt helpless and fell unconscious. Suddenly, Takeda came and attacked Tsuji and made him in pain. Even though his left hand hadn't fully recovered, he succeeded to make Tsuji's men afraid. Takeda saved Kenichi and took him away. Hearing about Kenichi's loss made Ryuzenpaku masters train Kenichi harder. Kotsuji exposed him to the sun to train his back and stomach. Shiger trained him using weapons. Sakaki trained him to run on his hands. Kenichi's sister, Hanako Shirahama, saw her brother training. At first, she didn't like it, but then she accepted because it was her brother's wish to get stronger and protect the people he loves. She befriended and got along with Apachai and Shiger. Tsuji met Kenichi again after a long time. Kenichi grew stronger after his intense training. One hit from him had dropped Tsuji down and fainted. After that, Ninjima told him that Kizaru had been appointed as 8 Fists. It was a rank above the team captain and the highest level of leader in Ragnarok. They were the strongest men in Ragnarok. They used gloves with Roman numerals. Ninjima saw 3 of them could defeat 50 people. Sakaki taught him a karate technique that could be used when facing many people. With this technique, Kenichi could knock his opponents one-handed using his wrists to block the opponent's attack and hit their chin at the same time. Abakai also taught T-Sock technique, which enables him to launch attacks using his elbow when he's attacked. Kotsuji also taught him several jujutsu movements. Yukita and Takeda were on their way when they were blocked by Kizaru and her people. Kizaru wanted to punish them. When they were fighting, Takeda's phone accidentally called Kenichi's number. Kenichi and Miyu went there. Kizaru's martial art was taekwondo with her leg's strength. Yukita tried to slam Kizaru, but she launched a deadly attack and made Yukita faint. Takeda tried to hit Kizaru, but she attacked Takeda using a taekwondo technique, and her men ganged them up black and blue. Kenichi was shocked to see Yukita and Takeda were mobbed violently. Kenichi was mad and attacked the gangs to save Yukita and Takeda. Kizaru tried to fight with Kenichi, but was replaced by Miyu. Miyu said that Kenichi didn't fight with a woman. Kizaru was really no match for Miyu. Miyu kicked her leg and knocked her out. Seeing this moment, Ninjima came with his gang named Shinpaku Alliance and finished the rest of Kizaru's people. Ninjima was smart. He speculated this beforehand. He used this chance to show that they were stronger than Kizaru's level in Ragnarok. Ninjima, as the general governor, claimed Kenichi was the commander of the Shinpaku Alliance. That way, Ragnarok would assume Shinpaku Alliance was their greatest rival. And the story ends here. What do you say about part 1 of the first season of Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple? Let me know in the comment box. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe our channel and activate the bell to receive notification of our newest video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.